Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. You know, there are so many minhagim and halachas that people do, and perhaps people are not aware of what issues could come about, and it should be talked about. And perhaps some of them is because there is a custom that certain halachas people don't even learn for whatever reason. One of the inyanim that people really study, they don't really spend too much time studying, and rightfully so, perhaps, is in Yonim and Avelus, Rahman al-Atzlan, and in Yonim of Beis HaChaim, Chevre Kedisha, etc. So a lot of things, what you are allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do in a Beis HaChaim, it's not very well explained, or not. People don't know too much about it. Besides for the famous din of Loyeg L'Rush. Loyeg L'Rush means that a person is not allowed to laugh at a poor man, a person who's hurting. In the case of the Beis HaChaim, you're not allowed to perform mitzvahs in the Beis HaChaim because the Loy HaMesim Yahalaluka. You're standing in front of the Mesim, and the Mesim are not able to do that, are not able to achieve this high levels through Kiyum Torah mitzvahs because they're already in the Eilam Esel Yoinim where they can't do it. So it's like Loyeg L'Rush, and that's why you're talking Yitzitzis, and that's why the mitzvahs are not meant to be done in a Beis HaChaim. But there is an interesting tshuva that's brought in the Sefer Shaylas Tshuvas Minchas Yitzchak from Dayan Weiss, from Yerushalayim, and he actually mentions that after he wrote this tshuva, he sees that the Minchas Elazar also has the same discussion. And that is, you find by people that when they come to that, when they're dedicating or they're expanding a Beis HaChaim, you find some Beis HaChaims are plain and simple, and some of them are very nice grass, very nice flowers, trees. What's the right approach? Is there something good or something bad to have trees and flowers in a Beis HaChaim? So, in short, Dayan Weiss paskins that L'Daitoi, his opinion is that you should not plant flowers and not plant trees in a Beis HaChaim. And he says, first of all, you could begin by saying that this custom to do so is a Goyish custom. Because of Uvechakoseyim Loisei Lechu, a Yid should not act in the way the Goyim act. Goyim put flowers, Goyim plant trees in the Beis HaChaim. So we don't act that way. And if you're going to convince yourself, says the Dayan Weiss, that it is a kavod hamesim, it's the honor for the deceased, the ones who are buried there, says the Dayan, excuse me, ma to'eles lahem la'mesim. What do the Mesim have from a couple of flowers, trees? It is what he says, it's kavod hameduma la'achayim. It's this fantasized honor that the living created. But they are much more spiritual than that. They don't need the flowers. So it's a made-up thing, and it's a goyish minig, and because of uvechukoseyim loisei lechu. And then he goes on to a long tshuva, by the way. This is in Shaylas Tshuvas Minchas Yitzchak, Chelik Aleph, Siman Lamed Aleph. And he goes on to talk about perhaps also that in the based on the Gemara, anything that's in a Beis HaChaim, anything growing there, you're not allowed to have anah. But he goes on to mention that the Maharam Shik says one of the reasons you're not allowed to plant trees in the courtyard of a shul, one of the reasons is mentioned because when there's trees and there's shade, it becomes like a hangout. People hang out there and they start plopping, and it's disrespectful to have a hangout in a shul. Says the Minchas Yitzchak, if so, perhaps we can extend that svara here too. That if it's going to become such a beautiful place with flowers and trees, it's going to become like a park, and people are going to hang out there. And that's not what a Beis HaChaim is all about. And, as mentioned before, it's a Goyish minig, it's Darkei Amoiri, and instead of doing something beneficial for the Zikaron, for the remembrance of the Neshama, doing these petty things, Chachman al could actually bring a tsar for the Neshama. But then he says he found that the Minchas Elazar in Chelik Dalet Siman Samach Aleph was also asked this question. And the Minchas Elazar basically gave 4 reasons why you shouldn't plant trees and flowers in a Beis HaChaim. Number 1 is not to make differences between the ones who are buried there, the rich and the poor. So the rich one will have beautiful flowers, beautiful trees, and the poor won't have the money. That's making differences. And we know that in a lot of the dinim of Avelus, we keep it as simple, of Chaver Kadisha, we keep it as simple as possible to keep everybody the same. Number 2, Bal Tashchis. Number 3, that if the flowers have a good scent, and we know that you're not allowed to have any hana, benefit from the mesim or benefit from the Beis HaChaim, and that's an extension of hana. And number 4, v'hua ikar uvechukoseim loiselechu, that it's a goyish minig and it's not a minig that Yidden should do. And the Minchas Elazar concludes that this point of having a cemetery simple, it is already accepted in the city fest, in the city of Munkach, and everybody understands that the simple Beis HaChaim symbolizes more pnimius, it's better for the neshama than all the great glamour. Yashikoyach, and please join us again next week.